Hello, lovely viewers. My name is Bright Jemfi, your ICT facilitator. Today, we have met again, and we are going to have another exciting session as we continue our journey of getting to know better our personal computer. Health and safety in using ICT tools is our topic for today. Remember, we looked at how to set up your desktop, your personal computer workspace, how to get ready to use your computer. We moved to getting started with your operating system, and now we are going to look at how you can be safe in using your computer or ICT tools in general. Now, let us see our objectives. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to 1. Identify the 3 main medical conditions of improper use of ICT tools. You will be able to identify the 3 main medical conditions of improper use of ICT tools. 2. You will be able to understand and explain computer vision syndrome. You'll be able to understand computer vision syndrome. And the last but not the least, you will have an idea and be able to explain repetitive strain injury. Repetitive strain injury. Repetitive strain injury. Good. Now, let's start. Did you know that kids spend an average of 1 to 3 hours a day on a computer? Did you know that? Did you know that almost 4.57 billion people were active users of internet and computer as of April 2020? That is encompassing 59% of the global population. That is very interesting. That 4.57 billion people are active users of internet and computer as of April 2020. That was just a few months ago. And that is 59% of the global population. So you see, computer usage and the internet, smartphones are very, very high usage now. Everybody is using smartphone. Everybody is using computer. Everybody is using laptop. There is a price. It comes with a price. And you see, if that is April, you can imagine the number we have now. The number of people that are using computer, internet, smartphones, and the rest as of now. You can imagine the number that we have right now. It may even be 60% or 70% of the entire world population. Especially in these times of coronavirus, that there is increase in digital online education, just as we are having right now. E-learning on home-based TV, and e-learning and digital learning, premium learning from Gold Avenue School. All these can be accessed with smartphones, laptops, desktop, and so on and so forth. All these are computer types. And as you use them, they come with problems sometimes. So it's very imperative you pay attention to this lesson, as you will be able to learn some of the things that you should do and things that you should not do in order to enjoy safe and good health as you use the computer. Don't forget, I take it again, it is very important to understand that medical problems can result from using the computer incorrectly. Let me take it. The first thing I want you to take note is that there are 3 main medical conditions. There are what? 3 main medical conditions that are associated with improper computer usage. The first one is computer vision syndrome. CVS. CVS. The second one is repetitive strain injury. Repetitive strain injury. RSI. And the last but not the least is musculoskeletal disorder. Musculoskeletal disorder. MSD. Today we'll be focusing on the CVS and the RSI. So what is CVS, or computer vision syndrome? CVS is a group of eye and vision problems that are as a result of prolonged use of a computer. CVS is classification of different eye and vision defects that come as a result of prolonged use of the computer or on the computer screen. That is what we call computer vision syndrome. So as you use the computer for a long time, you develop CVS. You begin to have certain problems with your eye and with your vision. That is why we call all of them CVS. We group all of them into CVS groups. Now that you know what CVS is, let's look at some of the causes of CVS. Some of the things that you do that can speed the process of giving you eye infection or eye problem. Some of the things that you do, and it will shock you. The first one is poor lighting. Poor lighting. The second one is glare on computer screen. Glare on the computer screen. Improper viewing distances. Improper viewing distances. Poor sitting posture. Poor sitting posture. And we have the last one is a combination of all the above. So if you have poor lighting system, you have glare on the computer monitor, you have improper viewing distance, you have poor sitting posture, you are likely to suffer from CVS over some period of time. Let's take them one after the other. As you can see on your screen, there is a picture of a young man who is holding a smartphone in a dark room. In a dark room, and I'm very, very sure most of you do that, especially after telling your mom and dad that you're going to bed. You take your smartphone secretly, you hide it in your cloth, okay? The cloth that you're supposed to cover yourself with, you hide your smartphone in the cloth, and the light is off, and the room is dark, and you begin to browse, you begin to do WhatsApp, you begin to check messages, you begin to reply, you begin to play game. This is very dangerous. If you don't want to have eye problems, then you don't want to do that again. Poor lighting is the number one cause of CVS. The next one is glare on computer screen. As you can see on your screen right now, that is an example of what glare on the computer looks like. What do we mean by glare? For example, you are using the computer, okay, and you open your window. It's good to have good light. But remember, if the sun, if reflection of the sun hits on the monitor, it will be difficult for you to see what you are displaying or what is being displayed on the monitor. So it's very, very important you check the window blinds, you check the window curtains and everything to make sure that no reflection of the sunlight is coming onto your computer screen. Because glare on the computer screen causes a lot of CVS, different types of eye infections and eye problems. We have improper viewing distance, and that means some of you either get the smartphone too close to your face or it's too far from you, or the arrangement of your desktop or your personal computer, the monitor is too far from where your chair is. So make sure you maintain good distance between your monitor and your eyes. As you can see on your screen, you can see the man, his eyes are too close to the laptop screen. And that is what we are talking about. It can give you a lot of eye problems. So you want to take note of that. And we have poor sitting posture. The way you sit is very important. Some of you sit whilst your monitor is below you. The chair may be too tall, or the height of the chair may be so high, higher than the monitor. And so you are forced to bend like this and look in the monitor beneath you. That doesn't help at all. You want to, as you can see on the screen, you want to sit upright. You want the monitor screen to be at the eye level so you don't curve or you don't bend. You don't struggle to look on the monitor. So the one you can see on the screen with the correct take, that is a proper sitting posture. Now that we have that out of the way, let's look at some of the symptoms of CVS. Now most of you, I know you violated some of the items that we just mentioned right now. And so how can you tell if you have CVS or you have certain problems with your eye as of now? By working in the dark, wrong sitting posture, and a lot more. How can you tell? Number one, eye strain. Number two, headaches. Number three, blurry vision. 4, dry eyes. And the 5, neck and shoulder pain. All these can tell you, or they can inform you that you have certain conditions with your eye. Let's take them one after the other. Especially if you are working in the dark room and the monitor is not so close to you, you will strain your eye in order to see. You force your eye in order to see. Some of you begin to squeeze your eye like this in order to see what is being displayed on the monitor. That will give you eye problem called eye strain. If you have ever experienced eye strain before, it is not something that you can joke with. And if you don't have it, you want to be careful. You don't force your eye to get. So, how can you know that you have CVS? The first sign is eye strain. Eye strain. If you have been working in the dark and your eye is becoming tired, you are beginning to experience redness of eye. Your eye is becoming red gradually. It's a sign that you are experiencing CVS, computer vision syndrome, and you want to take note. As you can see the eye on the screen, I am very sure you don't want your eye to look like that. So you want to be very careful how you use the computer from today. When you strain your eye to look at objects that are far from you or that are too close to you in order to see what is written, you stress or you stretches the vein of the eye. And so you begin to experience eye strain, some itches, some pain, some painful sensations of your eye. And you don't want to experience it. It's very, very painful. That's what we call eye strain. So if you are beginning to have that, it's very important you inform mom and dad, or you go to the hospital or the eye clinic for them to check your eye for you. You may be experiencing CVS. The next point is headache. One of the main signs that you are experiencing CVS is headaches. Computer vision syndrome is headaches. If you are beginning to experience minor and major headaches, you want to take note that you may be having eye problem. Yes. Every IT guy or every computer technician or someone who works with computer for a very long time will attest to this fact. The more you use the computer and you stare onto the monitor or you look to the monitor for a very long time, always working with the monitor or the computer, you begin to have these headaches. I started experiencing minor headaches, and then I bought these glasses. And since then, the headaches they are gone. Meaning, I was about to experience CVS. So you want to take note. If you are beginning to have minor headaches, as a result of using the computer is a sign that you are experiencing computer vision syndrome. The next one is blurry vision or double vision. If you are not seeing things clearly as you try to look at objects or your own fingers, if you point 2 fingers before your eye and you are seeing 4 or 3, 4, it means you are experiencing what we call blurry vision, and that is called double vision as well. And it's also a sign of CVS, computer vision syndrome. Dryness of eye. Yes, you have now begun to squeeze your eye. You are rubbing your eye day and night. You don't know what the problem is. Probably you feel like something has dropped on your eye, and so it's itching you, and you are rubbing it. Yes, it's a sign that you are having dry eyes. That is as a result of not blinking and staring at the monitor of the computer for a very long time. It has similar symptoms as that of the eye strain. You have redness of eye, and it's very, very painful. The sensation is very, very painful. If you are beginning to experience this, my lovely viewer, you want to consult or you want to inform your mom and dad, because you may be having eye problem because of the computer usage. And the last but not the least is neck and shoulder pain. Neck and shoulder pain is very important. I began to experience this as well. You begin to feel this pain here and here. The shoulder begins to pain you. You're going to feel this pain there. It's an indication that your eye is tired and your eye is experiencing certain problems. It's strange, right? How can your eye problem be giving you shoulder pain? Yes? If you don't sit well, as you try to sit in order to see the monitor or to see what is on the monitor, you post yourself in different ways, in different manners, just to see, and that gives you pain in your shoulder, your back, and so on and so forth. So you want to take note of that as well. As you can see, the young lady on your screen, she's squeezing her shoulder like this because she's feeling pain all over. But the good news is, most computer vision syndrome symptoms are only temporary, and they will go away after you stop using the computer. Which is good news, alright, but when will you stop using the computer? Or when you actually stop improper use of the computer, as we've mentioned earlier on in the causes of the eye problems. Well, students, at this point, I want you to try your hands on the following questions. We will discuss the answers together when we return from the commercial break. Question 1. What are the 3 main medical conditions that can occur from improper computer usage? Question 2. Explain CVS, computer vision syndrome. And the last but not the least, question number 3. Identify 2 causes of CVS. Start work. Welcome back. Before we went for the commercial break, we had some try questions. Let's go through the questions together and see the answers. What are the 3 main medical conditions that can occur from improper computer usage? The first one is CVS, computer vision syndrome. The next one is repetitive strain injury. Repetitive strain injury, RSI. And the last one is musculoskeletal disorder, MSD, musculoskeletal disorder. I'm sure you got that correct. The second question is, explain CVS. What is CVS? It's a group of eye and vision problems that are as a result of prolonged use on a computer. It's a group of eye and vision problems that are a result of prolonged use of the computer or on a computer. question is identify 2 causes of CVS. The first one is poor lighting system, glare on the computer screen, improper viewing distance, and poor seating posture. I am very positive again that you got over it. Well done. Still on the health and safety in using ICT tools, let us continue our discussion to the next medical condition, which is repetitive strain injury. Repetitive strain injury. So what is RSI? What is repetitive strain injury? RSI is a syndrome that affects muscles, tendons, and nerves in the hand, arms, and the upper back of the computer user. So they affect the muscles, tendons, they affect the nerves of the hand, the arms, and the upper back. So as you use the computer mouse for a very long time, you begin to feel this pain at your wrist. Yes, that is what we call RSI, the repetitive strain injury. Whatever you do over and over and over becomes repetition. It becomes repetition, and as you repeat the same act over and over, you begin to experience certain pain, certain amount of pain in that part of the body that you are using to operate the ICT tool. So as you can see on your screen, that is what we have. That's an example of what we are talking about. See, the young lady is squeezing the wrist because she is experiencing this pain over there. If you have used the computer for a very long time, you can attest to what we are discussing right now. But what causes RSI? What is the cause of RSI? What is the cause of repetitive strain injury? Simple. RSI is caused when the areas that we use to operate the computer system are used for a very long period of time due to poor posture or repetitive motions. So simply, what you do over and over, okay? If you nod your head over and over for a very long time, you're going to have neck pain. Okay? As you keep turning your neck to look at something on your left side for a very long time, you're going to have pain. As you type on the keyboard for a very long time, you're going to have wrist pain. And that's basically the cause of RSI. Is that okay? Now, let's look at types of RSI. There you have them on your screen. The first one affects your palms. Okay? That is the first one you see on the screen. It affects the palm. The second one affects the elbow. And it affects the little finger, this part. And the last one affects the tendon of your ankle. Okay? And these are the main types of repetitive strain injury. They affect the palms like that, the elbow, and the ankle. So now you have it. Alright, let's move on. What are the warning signs of RSI? What will inform you that you have a problem with repetitive strain injury? What are some of the signs? As you can see on your screen, the first one we have is the neck pain here. If you are beginning to have neck pain here, it means you have repetitive strain injury. You have elbow pain here. As you do this, you feel pain in there. It means you have repetitive strain injury. Okay? So you can try to see. You can try to turn your neck to see if there's any pain. If there's any pain, it means you have RSI. Shoulder pain here. You can do this. You can just rub your shoulder like this. If there's any pain there, it means you have RSI. The mid-back pain. If there's any pain at the middle part of your back here, if there's any pain there, it's also a sign that you have RSI. Wrist, as I said earlier, wrist pain. And the last but not the least, the lower back pain, or where you call your waist. It means something is not right with your sitting arrangement with the way you use the computer. So as I said, there you have it. There you have it. Pain or soreness in the neck, shoulders, upper back, hands or wrist. Tingling, numbness, coldness or loss of sensation. And the last one, loss of grip strength. You can't grab things easily. As you try to grab something, it's very difficult to grab it. It means you have RSI, you have a repetitive strain injury. Yes? Now, the last but not the least subtopic is treatment for RSI. Basically, there is only one major treatment, and that is change your work habits and have a therapy treatment. Okay? So change your work habits, which means change the way you use a computer, obey, do the right thing, don't browse in the night, in the dark room. Okay, make sure, there is light in the room, make sure you don't have glare on the monitor, make sure your sitting posture is good, you are sitting well, and you are not squatting, you are not standing, you are not kneeling. Make sure you follow the right work habit with the computer and have a therapy treatment. Therapy treatment is what you can see on the screen. Alright, you can go out after using the computer for a while, you can take a stroll, you can just do some jogging, you can do some stretching like this, you can do some stretching like that, you can do some stretching, okay? You can just turn your neck slowly like this. You can do this, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this, and your neck, you can do. All these are treatments that can help you to get back on track with your health. This brings us to the end of our discussion for today. We will talk more about health and safety in using ICT tools in our next lesson. But we will focus on the third medical condition, which is musculoskeletal disorders. But before we go, let's have a quick recap of what we've studied today. Point 1. The three main medical conditions of prolonged use of ICT tools: CVS, RSI, and MSD. Point 2. Computer vision syndrome. We looked it into detail to know what it is and what are some of the causes and so on and so forth. Point 3. We looked at the causes of computer vision syndrome, CVS. Point 4. Symptoms of CVS. We looked at repetitive strain injury, types of repetitive strain injury, causes of repetitive strain injury, and the last but not the least, we went through how to detect that you have repetitive strain injury and how to treat it. I am very sure you've enjoyed today's lesson. But I have some questions for you that I want you to try your hands on while at home. Question 1. What is CVS? What is CVS? Question 2. What is RSI? RSI. Question 3. Explain two causes of CVS. Explain two causes of CVS. Question 4. Explain two causes of RSI. Two causes of RSI. And the last but not the least, identify 4 best measures to take in order to be healthy while using ICT tools. Identify 4 best measures to take in order to be healthy while using ICT All too soon, we have come to the end of today's session. Till we meet again, it has been your ICT facilitator, Uncle Bright, with e-learning on home-based TV. Keep learning, keep revising, and be safe. I'm out. Bye-bye.